Thanks for staying with us. So, reacting to yesterday's topic on the lady that was stripped and paraded naked in Anambra State, we have with us Mrs. Ebelechukwu Obiano, the wife of the governor of Anambra State, the First Lady. Good morning, madam. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Your Excellency, it's a pleasure to have you on the show today. So we can almost imagine how upset you must have been when you saw these pictures of this woman unclad, paraded because of some allegation that she may have killed her husband. How has the office reacted to this, and what has been done so far?
Well, I found that act barbaric, absurd, very primitive, totally and completely unacceptable. We shouldn't be seeing things like that in this day and age. So we swung into action by, forwarding the pictures to the appropriate authorities and even the governor's security office. And they swung into action immediately. The woman has been rescued, thanks to God. We're working very, very hard to find the perpetrators of that evil action. They must all be brought to book.
Yes.
Okay. Why it was so bad is that even women are part of the people parading her when we should be protecting her. Even if she had, we've had her been in existence for a very long time. Much as I condemn adultery, I do not believe in that manner of action.
Yes.
So
okay.
I'm happy that we're working on it.
Right.
And those people will definitely be brought to book.
Okay, let me get a few more questions for you.
This action that we saw, have some basis in culture where a woman is usually tested for her innocence is usually tested if her husband should die. And these are common cultures around us in southwest Nigeria. What are you doing, aside this case, to sensitize the people and change these cultures and norms around?
Well, this one is just an unfortunate incident because the past 8 years I go on tour of communities and, local governments to get the awareness that people shouldn't go beyond, shouldn't take laws into their hands. Should there be anything, bring the appropriate, and it will be handled. But I still find people go out of their ways to do things like this. And because we are still fighting that, I know that one day it will be actualized, where people's fundamental human rights will not be trampled.
Yeah, okay, go ahead.
Okay, there are a lot of issues that are embedded in our culture which no longer serves us, and this is one of it. Another one is how women are treated, made to wear ash clothes when their husband dies. What are some of the things that you have noticed about the culture that you are working towards eliminating going further? Because I know that this particular one just made the news, may not be the only one that has happened in that community.
Well, that's the only one we know about right now.
Okay.
I think I understand where you're headed. Sometimes they make women swear, drink the bathe water of the corpse and all that. That is very illegal in Anambra State right now because the law has been passed on that. So I've not heard of it in recent time.
Right.
And I believe that removed.
We know your husband's administration is wrapping up very soon, so you're going to be handing over in a couple of days to the next First Lady. What are some of the things you like her to help handle going forward? Because obviously these cultural norms are still practiced in certain regions. So what are those things you think that we still need to do some more work on, not just in Anambra State, I know, it's across the country, but since that's your constituency, what are those things you've observed as for the past 8 years that you've served, and what do you think she can begin to do to help change many of these gender discrimination against women?
Let me just help
Add to that.
add to that. Are you going to be working with the new First Lady so that some of the things that you have put in place will continue?
You know, when everybody comes into office, you begin to do things your way. So, yeah, I'm sure she will begin to work on things like this as well. But if she calls on my assistance, I definitely would, you know, be very disposed to, you know, help out. As it stands, it would be inappropriate to tell her what to begin to do. But I know as an adult, she's going to, of course, and a woman, she'll also continue to fight this cause.
But we heard from the grapevine that she might be contesting for the North Senatorial District in 2023. Is that correct?
Yes, that's positive.
Oh, fantastic. So you're going to be going to the, well, you're planning to go to the National Assembly. Why do you think...
Not really.
Yes, well, we're happy about that because, I mean, recently with the gender bills that was thrown out, we need more women in the House. So could you help us to understand what we can do to get more women to take on these kind of roles? Because obviously, for 2023, we're determined to get as many women as possible into the National Assembly so that hopefully they can upturn these gender bills that happen. So how would you galvanize support for women to ensure they vote you in this coming elections?
My 8 years here, I've been an advocate of women empowerment. You know, women giving a sense of belonging. Women being, you know, made to understand that they can do something. That occupying these offices are not peculiar to men. So, since my husband took office, I've been doing a lot of things to empower the indigent women. I've been built houses for over 28 women, built boreholes, you know, in the spirit of, you know, boosting the hygiene of the state. I've built boreholes in so many places, as well as restrooms in market places. All the other things that I've been able to do to, you know, maintain the dignity of women and, you know, elevate, try to bring them higher than where they think they belong. And let them know that you don't leave things just for the men. You have to come out there and do something. When my husband was in the banking industry, I was in the oil industry. I was working with NNPC. So if your man can go out there and work and make money, be the breadwinner, what stops you from doing that? All you need to do is hold it up, come out there because you have something in your head. Come out there and give it to people.
Okay.
You know, make your presence felt. I'm so sad that when it comes to going to the assembly, in fact, everything about, you know, Nigeria, women are rarely involved in it. That's why I am taking the bold step to go out there and let them know that the voice of women should count.
Okay, let me get a few more questions before we wrap up. Go ahead.
Okay, for some of us, it's not about women just getting into the house. It's about women making life-changing, you know, pushing for life-changing bills that will be better for everyone. And we hear the women who are in the house, we don't see that push for those sort of bills that stand them out. How do you think you can make a difference if you get in?
Well, you must have known that I'm a very vocal woman. I say things the way they are. And I'm around politicians, they think I'm too tall. And some of them even named me substantive governor. So when I get in there, I fight for the less privileged,
right,
the vulnerable. So if I go there, I'm going to be able to speak out for them, find those things that are there that belongs to my territorial zone, as well as Anambra, and ensure that those things come home. Most of the people there sadly don't talk, they don't even do anything.
Right.
Or they're interested in getting the constituency fund and pocketing those.
Right.
That would not happen if I get there.
All right, because we're running out of time. Because we're running out of time, let me just come back to this issue with the young lady. So, talking about fighting for the less privileged. Now, this woman has been disgraced, embarrassed, her face is in the public. She's been disgraced, obviously. I mean, what can be done? As I said, I know you're outgoing, but what can we do to protect her interests, to protect her image, so she can go back to her normal life? I mean, we don't know what's going to happen to her. I mean, what's going to happen to her, pretty much? I know you said the police on top of this matter, but in your view, what should happen to this young lady who has just been openly disgraced and paraded?
It's a terrible situation, but please mind you that even if I'm living as the governor's wife, my NGO still runs. So I'm going to get this woman, empower her, and make sure that she's properly rehabilitated into the society by giving her, if she's not trained, if she doesn't have any knowledge of anything, or she doesn't have anything to do with, I will ensure that she's trained and empowered to begin to live a normal life. Give that environment. And then begin her life again. So you definitely help her. Despite the fact that
okay, you haven't met her yet.
Yeah.
No, I have not met her yet because we don't want her to be safe at the moment. She's still very traumatized, mind you. She didn't see it coming. That even her fellow women, that's the most annoying and painful aspect of it. It's the fact that women don't support women. That's why we're lagging behind in so many things.
Many of us are.
So I will take very good care of it.
Yeah, I'm glad you're saying that. Many of us outside Anambra State are pretty looking forward to the new administration. You know, we're pretty excited about all that's happening. We don't know I don't know who the new first lady is going to be, but it'll be nice to also meet her. But what are your hopes as you leave Anambra? What are your dreams for Anambra State? Because everybody's saying Anambra is a new big thing. You know, they have a 2070 vision. They have these plans to, to become a mega city. To do so many things. What are your dreams as you leave this administration right now?
My dream is that Anambra grows from strength to strength. My husband has worked so hard to leave a lot of things in place to better the lot of India Anambra. He has made Anambra oil producing, thanks to Mr. President. So now we begin to get that derivation, 30% derivation. And it will go a long way in building the new Anambra. We have an airport that will generate IGR. We have the convention center. We have all manner of investments, thanks to Dr. Willie Obiano, the current governor of Anambra State. So I have no doubt in my mind that his choice of candidate, somebody that is going to be sworn in next tomorrow, we have less than 24 hours, to bring in our new governor on board. Totally, I am very convinced that he will, keep the ground running by starting from where Willie Obiano stopped. And
thank you. Thank you very much, madam. We'll be speaking with the First Lady, the outgoing First Lady of Anambra State, Mrs. Ebelechukwu Obiano. It's such a pleasure having you on the show. We're pretty excited for Anambra State.
Yeah.
We're looking forward. I'm personally looking forward. I know the ladies are also looking forward to it because Governor Soludo coming in, he seems like a very, very thoroughbred technocrat who's excited to take on this leadership. So, but see, let's not get too excited. That's how we get excited and something happens and then something happens. So we'll give him the first 100 days and see how it happens. But we'll see how it goes. We're monitoring Anambra State very closely to see what's going to happen the next 100 days. All right, that's all we can take on the show today. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.